This video is the assembly of the higher graphics lamp. So I have created a new standard assembly and I have placed all 4 parts of the lamp. Now everything on the lamp connects to the rod, so I'm going to right click the rod and make sure that it's on grounded. First thing I'm going to do is create the attach the base, so I am clicking constrain and then doing center axis to center axis and pressing OK. And then dragging the base down just to make it easier for me to see the parts. So I'm going to do the top surface of the base and attach that to the inside of the rod. Now, despite it being constrained 2 times, the base can still spin around. So I'm going to make sure that we can fully constrain this. So I've opened up the modeling tree in the origin folder for the base. I'm finding the axis that runs down the middle and I'm right clicking to put on its visibility, and I'm doing the same with the rod. Going to the modeling tree, going to the origin folder under the rod and turning on the visibility of an axis that runs down the middle. Then I'm going to constrain the 2 axes together, making sure that they're in alignment and pressing OK. And you can see here it's now fully constrained. Now we're still going to need the axis for the rod, so I'm just going to turn off the visibility of the base, but I'm keeping the plane on the rod. Next we're going to put the boss onto the rod, so I'm going to click constrain and I'm going to do the center axis of the rod to the center axis of the boss and press apply. And then moving it out again to help us, we are going to constrain again the inside part of the rod, that surface there, and clicking it to the end surface of the boss, which makes them both constrained together. Just like what I've done with the base, I'm going to go into the modeling tree and turn on the axis that is for the boss. So I'm finding the boss in the modeling tree, then the origin folder, and once I find a plane that's running down, I'm going to turn on the visibility. Now in this case, you can see that the plane is off to the side. So if I try to constrain these two, it's not going to work because it's not down the middle. So instead, what I'm going to do is offset the plane for the boss into the middle so that I can constrain them together. So I'm going to go to the plane menu up the top and offset that plane -10 so that it's in the middle of the boss. And then just like before, I'm going to click constrain. I'm going to make sure that I click both planes and turn it to align and press OK. And you can see here it's now in alignment with the planes. Just like before, I'm going to turn off some of the planes that I don't need anymore. So I'm turning off the one for the rod and the one at the edge of the boss so that I can just focus on attaching the lamp shade. So I've done center axis of the middle hole to center axis of the boss. I'm going to drag it out. Now you can see that my lampshade's facing the wrong way, so I'm going to hold down G on my keyboard and I'm going to spin it around. So that it's facing the correct way. Next, I'm going to constrain both of these together. So I'm going to turn on the plane that's running down the middle of the shade. And again, I'm going to align these two together. So I'm clicking both of them and clicking align and pressing OK. And now I just need to attach the surfaces. So I've turned off the 2 planes just to make it a little bit easier to see. And the easiest thing for us to do is try and constrain the outside of this circle. You don't want the center line, you want to make sure that it's the outside of the circle. So you're trying to click it so that it doesn't have the center line as part of it. You can see here, it's taken a couple of minutes to get that line, like so. And we want to do the same as this circle here. And once done, we're going to press OK. I've only got one more plane to turn off, so I'm going to just go to my modelling tree, find the work plane and turn off the visibility. And there we have our lamp fully assembled. No part should be able to move. Once done, you just want to check that the two holes for the screws are lined up, which they are in this case. If they're not, then it must mean that there is a size wrong on the model, so you can go back and have a look at that. But once you're done, you're just going to go to the big eye in the corner, go to Save As, and save it into your OneDrive as the assembly.